start lying down on the back of the body. And we're going to be quite low to the ground today, doing fairly gentle practice, counteract what we're going to do later on in the week on Sunday and a little bit tomorrow. So really bringing the energy back down. I think I've got my window open and there's a lot of stuff going on outside. So do let me know if the works outside gets a little bit too noisy, but I think the mic should drown it out. So let's come to comfortable position, lying down close to the earth. And as you come back, just have a little shuffle through the body to get yourself a little bit more comfortable. Through the shoulders, through the head, through the jaw. And then placing the hands on the body itself. On the abdomen, on the chest. And taking a moment just to settle. We're going to start working through a pranayama called 4-part breathing. So part 1 is the inhale. Part 2 is the pause at the top of the inhale. Part 3 is the exhale. And part 4 is the pause at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale. Pause for a moment or two. Exhale. And pause for a moment or two. Keep that breath going. And these pauses in Sanskrit is called kumbhaka. And these kumbhaka serve as a way to lengthen and slow down your breathing rate. Using each exhalation perhaps as an opportunity to release a little bit more through the body. And we'll do maybe 2 more rounds of that 4-part breathing. And we're going to add another layer. So maybe now you're breathing in for the count of 5. Pause at the top. Exhale for the count of 5. And pause at the bottom. Let's take 1 more of those. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Beautiful. And we'll release that pranayama. And perhaps just noticing, even with this short amount of breath awareness, has anything shifted already? And we'll slowly bring the arms out towards the side. And then starting to nod the head from side to side. So it doesn't really matter which way you go first, allowing the head to roll over towards the left, back through the middle, over towards the right. This might seem like quite a simple movement, but can really allow to lengthen your pranayama, slow down the breathing, and harmonize that relationship between your body and your breath. Just allow the ear to move towards the direction of the ground, just as far as feels comfortable for your neck. A couple more breaths in here. Nice. And the next time the head comes back through the center, we'll heel toe or shuffle the feet so they're about mat distance apart. You can even take the toes out a little bit, turn the toes out. Keep the knees bent and then just windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. Really nice way of bringing some lubrication and hydration to the muscles around the hips and the low back. And you can keep the arms where they are. Some people might want to frame the head with the arms. So I quite like to take a diamond shape with the arms around the head, a little bit more stretch out for the side body. Let the breath just find its own rhythm with the movement. So when we're working with a little bit more of a somatic practice, we try to just let the breath find its own natural rate and rhythm. And we'll take that maybe 2 more times each side, slowing down the movement so you stay present for all the little micro movements in between the big. Nice. Next time the knees come back through center, we're going to draw the knees in towards your chest. And then exhale, placing the hands on top of the knees. Start to draw clockwise circle with the knees. Keeping the knees together will allow the knees, pardon me, to start to draw circles in a clockwise direction. Feeling the arms lengthen as the knees root away from the body. And then exhale, feeling the arms bend as the legs come back in towards the torso. Gosh, there's a fly around me. Hopefully it goes away. And then once you've gone a couple of rounds in one direction, we might change the direction. Now you're going anti-clockwise. Lovely little massage for the low back as we circle the knees. Take a breath in and a breath out. Last circle in this direction. And then exhale, we'll just pause with the knees in towards the body and then moving into a happy baby pose. So starting separating the knees out till they move towards the direction of the armpits. Maybe you slide the hands down the outer edges of the shins, grab a hold of ankles or feet. Grab a hold of the feet, gentle flex with the feet. Imprint the low back down towards the earth. Maybe taking a little bit more of a sway, making a bit more of a happy baby. Take a breath in. And exhale, have a sense of the knees moving back towards the direction of the armpits. So it's a little bit more of a stretch out through the hips. Last inhale here. Exhale, or gently release the feet and bring the feet back down towards the earth, knees pointing up towards the sky. Shuffle the feet a little bit closer in towards the body. It's almost like you can touch or tickle your ankles. Arms come down either side. As we inhale, lifting up into a bridge pose, tucking the tailbone in as we press down through the feet. Lift the hips high up towards the sky. And then exhale, draping the spine down, using the strength of your legs to get that nice smooth transition back down towards the earth. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, press down through the feet to rise up through the hips, peeling low back, mid back, upper back. And then exhale, gently bring the up, front, back, whole of the torso back down. We'll do that one more time, a little bit different. As we inhale, lifting the hips. This time, maybe you rise up to tiptoes, so you lift the heels off the ground too. And then exhale, you might stay here in stillness. Sometimes it can feel quite nice just to kind of sway the hips from side to side in midair. Maybe even taking kind of like a circular motion with the hips. A little bit more activation for your glute muscles. Nice. Circling the hips or just swaying them from side to side. Take a breath in. And a breath out. We'll keep the hips lifted one more time, pressing down through the balls of the feet. And then exhale, rolling the spine down. Keep the heels lifted as you bring the back of the body down towards the earth. And then once the low back comes down, we'll bring the heels back down towards the earth too. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go through the mouth, side out. Beautiful. Then we're gently going to swim the left arm up and overhead. Allow the left arm to reach back behind you. And then exhale, you can use that left arm as a little pillow for your head as you roll over towards the left-hand side. And even bend that left arm for a moment, just create a little pillow for yourself as you rest on your left side. Take a breath in and exhale. Let's press ourselves up and move into a tabletop position. So we're staying quite low to the ground at the moment because summer solstice just happened yesterday. And there can be quite a lot of high energy in the environment, people quite high energy at the moment. And so a practice low down to the ground can cultivate a little bit more grounding and safety. So spread the fingers wide. Then we're going to start to draw some circles with the hips. So as we inhale, rocking the hips over towards the right, drawing the hips back towards the right heel, then the left heel, hips forwards towards the left wrist, and then the right wrist. So kind of a clockwise motion with the hips. That's one round. We'll do 2 more rounds on this side. Try to slow the movement down so you can really feel that stretch out through the side body as you float the hips from side to side. And then perhaps you change the direction of the circle if that feels quite nice. Now we're going anti-clockwise. Take a breath in. Exhale here. And then you can stay with this rounding through the hips, or you might feed a few cat-cows into the mix. Inhale into your cow. And then exhale to round through the spine into your cat. Generous bend in the elbows. Last inhale. Nice, and then gently coming back up to a tabletop position. And then exhale, just scoot the knees a little bit closer together. I quite like to bring them in together so they're touching. And then exhale, start to tuck the toes under. So really tucking the toes under. And then starting to walk the hands back towards your knees. And you can stay here, feeling that lovely stretch out through the feet, everyone's favorite toe stretch. Maybe you sit back towards the heels. That can sometimes feel quite nice. Other days, you might want to just keep the hands down low to give you a little bit more support. Nice. So feet tend to be a place that we don't really tend to stretch out that much. So just breathe for one more breath. And then gently releasing that toe stretch. Hands come forwards. Bring the knees back to hip width apart. Untuck the toes. And then tap the feet out just to release any tightness or tension in the toes. Lovely. I almost like to pretend I'm like a little toddler having a tantrum here, just releasing any pent-up anger, resentment. And then we'll bring the hands forwards towards the top of the mat and bring the front of the body all the way down. So we'll create a little pillow for ourselves using the forearms. Chin cheek or forehead comes down. Just take a moment to really release the weight of the body down towards the earth. Relaxing from head all the way down towards the toes. And an option to stay here, or maybe we bend the legs, soles of the feet or toes point up towards the sky. And then just windscreen wiping the feet from side to side. Really nice somatic practice and gentle stretch out for your low back and your hips. Try not to worry too much about how far the feet go. Just a gentle stretch from side to side. And we'll take one more breath in here. And then when you feel ready, once this movement feels complete for you, we'll bring the feet back down towards the ground. So toes point back behind you. Inhale, hands come underneath the shoulders. Exhale, hug the elbows in towards the torso. We're going to lift up into a baby cobra. Inhale, lifting up through the chest, melt the shoulders back, squeeze the bum. All 10 toes reach away from you. Exhale, draping upper body down. Maybe the nose comes to skim the earth. And do that 2 more times with your breath, breathing in to lift. Melt the shoulders down the back. Exhale to lower. Using the muscles in the back of the body to make that smooth transition down. One more time, a little bit different. Inhale to lift. Exhale, stay lifted, look over one shoulder. Back through the middle, looking over the other, squeeze the bum. And then exhale, draping the upper body all the way back down. Beautiful. Elbows come underneath the shoulders, and now we'll lift up into a sphinx position. So gentle back bend. Scoot the elbows a little bit further forwards here, and just make sure the elbows are around shoulder width apart. Take an inhale. Exhale here. Now, option to stay here. I'm going to show you lots of options for the next posture. Left forearm comes across the front of the mat. Right arm reaches back behind you. Grab a hold of the right foot, bending the right leg, right toes, right ankle. And then option to stay here, or maybe we roll onto the left side of the body. Left arm stays rooted down, left forearm, pardon me. And then we reach that right leg behind us. Yeah, nice. You're resting on the outer edge of the left leg. Pressing down through the left forearm, take a breath in. Exhale, breath out. If you've got a hold of that right foot, push the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. One more inhale. Exhale. We'll gently release the foot. Come back through center. And then we'll do that whole sequence on the other side. So this time, right forearm comes across the front of the mat. Left arm reaches back, bend the left leg, take a hold of left foot, left toes, left ankle. Pull the left foot in towards the bum for a moment. Feel that stretch in the quadricep muscles, front of the left thigh. And then maybe you roll onto the right side of the body, reach that left leg behind you. Nice. Take a breath in. So you're kind of using your right forearm kind of like a prop up for the upper body. And then also pushing the foot into the hand, hand to the foot. Take another breath in. Exhale. Let's release back down towards the earth. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Push back through hands and knees. And we'll lift up to our only downward facing dog today, one and only. So tucking the toes, hovering the knees off the mat. Take a moment to allow the body to acclimatize to the shape. I quite like to lift and drop the heels, maybe a gentle rock out through the head. Taking any organic movements that feel quite nourishing, intuitive for you here. Completely relaxing the facial muscles, the back of the head. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Then as we inhale, we'll rise up to tiptoes, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, just start to walk the hands back towards the feet. So we're ending up in a floppy forward fold at the back of your mat. And you might want to take the feet a little bit wider today. So a little bit more space for your belly. And bend the legs and maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Maybe a little circle of the wrist can feel quite nice. Start to shift the weight forwards, backwards in the feet. A little nod of the head, yes and no. And filtering a smooth breath through the body. Last inhale. Exhale. We're going to come back through center. As we inhale, hands slide up towards the knees, halfway lift, lifting the spine parallel towards the earth. Exhale, bend the legs, fold forwards. Feet might be a little bit wider, that's okay. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. A little bit more activation in the spine as you reach the crown of the head forwards, tailbone back. Exhale, bend the legs, start to fold forwards first. And then hands come down towards the ground and you're going to bear crawl your way forwards into a high plank position. Readjust the feet if you want, coming into a high plank. Take a breath in your plank. Exhale, lower with control. Bend the elbows, front body comes all the way down. Inhale into your back bend, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, draping upper body down. We'll push back through hands and knees. Child's pose, Balasana. Hips draw back towards the heels. Now listen carefully. You can stay here in a little bit more of a chilled child's pose. You want a little bit of stretch out for the fronts of the arms, upper arms. You can just kind of scoot the arms together. Palms come together in front of you and you start to bend the arms so the fingertips reach up towards the sky. Keep the head low. Nice. Take a breath in and a breath out. Last inhale. As we exhale, just releasing the arms forwards. We'll gently start to slide the hands back towards the knees. And then we're going to come into a comfortable seated position just for a moment. Nice. So we're going to lengthen the right leg forwards. The right leg is about 12 o'clock. Bending the left leg and bringing the sole of the left foot in towards the right knee or the right thigh. Gentle flex with that lengthened foot. Then as we inhale, just turning the body towards the lengthened leg, and we'll comb the fingertips through the air forwards and all the way up. We'll find length. And exhale, just start to melt and fold the body forwards over that lengthened leg. You can take a hold of the shins, ankles, feet, toes, whatever's of easy reach. We can stay here in stillness. I quite like to sometimes pulse with the breath. So as we inhale, we lift the spine, almost like we're coming out of the fold about halfway. And then exhale back into your fold, melting upper body down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lowering. Stay in your fold for a breath or two. And then carefully start to slide the hands back towards the body. Left hand comes behind you. Left fingertips reach towards the back of the mat. We're going to inhale, start to lift the hips and roll onto your left shin. Bring the sole of the right foot down. And then exhale, maybe you reach that right arm back. Just back bend or side bend as much as feels comfortable. Squeeze the bum, send the hips forwards. Take a breath in. And then exhale. We'll slowly bring the bum down. Nice. And then we'll do that whole sequence on the other side. So left leg lengthens forwards, right leg bends. Sole of the right foot comes in towards the left knee or the left thigh. Lengthen that left leg forwards at 12 o'clock. Gentle flex with that left foot. We'll inhale. It's my favorite part. Combing the fingertips through the air as we reach the arms forwards and up. And then exhale, we'll melt and fold over that lengthened leg. Now, if you want to feel more sensation through the back of the left leg, keep that left foot flexed, left heel pushing away from you, toes reaching up towards the sky. Perhaps we pulse with the breath. Inhale, lifting the spine about halfway. Exhale, melting and folding. One more time if you wish. Exhale. Hold for a breath or two in your fold. Essentially, we're lengthening and stretching the whole of the back of the body, the whole of the back of the leg, the whole of the back of the back of the torso. And then when you're ready, gently lift the head, lift the chest, roll the hands back towards you. Right hand comes behind you. Option to stay here. Maybe we squeeze the bum first, lift the hips, roll onto your right shin, and then reaching that left arm back, or just to stay in a side bend. So whatever feels better for you. Take a breath in, keep sending the hips forwards. Exhale, relax the bum back down towards the earth. Beautiful. Then we're going to end in a meditation seat instead of lying down. And we've only got about 2 minutes left. So we'll just do a silent meditation. You can stay seated or you can lie down, totally up to you. Let the eyes close. Holding yourself here. And when you're ready, hands come together in the heart space. Silent meditation can be really interesting. Sometimes it can be quite powerful, sometimes quite uncomfortable. Just kind of remaining open and trusting to your experience. Just bowing the head down towards your heart, your hands, thanking you and your body for your practice today. And if there's any imprint of nourishment, care, awareness, just let that filter into your life for the rest of today. Take a slow inhale. Exhale, letting go. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining on demand and live. I'm going to end the video now.